Welcome to OkState Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad you decided to tune in. How about them Cowboys? Boy, how about the scoring? 53 points in the game the other night, on their way to 104 points total in a game to where, hey, the defense wasn't perfect, although the Cowboys did steal the ball a lot of steals, but OSU just continued to score and score and score. As a matter of fact, 8 different Cowboys scored on the day in the 40-minute game. Many of the shots were off the dribble, kind of like we talked about with the Cowgirls. And although defense wasn't perfect, we talked about the turnovers. OSU forced UCF into 15 first-half turnovers, and that led to 20 points. Matter of fact, Oklahoma State in the first half against UCF had a 20-0 advantage in points off of turnovers. That's just in the first half. That is why the Cowboys, a big reason why they're able to score 53 points. They had a 13-point lead at the half, and although OSU was in foul trouble the entire second half, and that really made it feel like UCF, it just felt like the game, there was a chance it could be slipping away throughout the entire second half. It kind of felt like that because literally, like for the last 15 minutes, every time OSU fouled, it was a 2-shot foul, right? OSU continued to score, and they won the game with their offense. This was a blueprint for what you're going to see, at least if everything goes perfect, in a Steve Lutz type of system. Scoring off of turnovers, turning the other team over, scoring off of turnovers, high percentage shots, very fast play, and lots of scoring. This is exactly the system Steve Lutz is wanting to bring to Oklahoma State. And OSU shot 47% from the floor, just 22% from three-point range. So 104 points and just 22% shooting from three-point range. So that goes to tell you that they got a lot of high percentage shots, a lot of them off of turnovers. But then again, a lot of them in a half-court set of where Oklahoma State, their half-court sets aren't perfect, but they are getting much better. OSU, and here's another reason. They're very good at getting to the free throw line. How about getting to the line 35 times? Yeah, that's great. We've seen that before. But we've seen them also miss their free throws. They made 28 of their free throws, which is an 80% mark. If you can make 80% of your free throws and shoot a lot of them, that's going to go a long ways to winning basketball games. Just 17, very good game of sharing the basketball. 17 assists, just 2 turnovers. So as a team, better than a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. That was simply fantastic. How good have the Cowboys been in stealing the ball? Second best in the Big 12, only behind Iowa State. 221 steals on the year for Oklahoma State. And again, 14 steals, 26 points off of turnovers. A lot of those were in the first half when the Cowboys were building the lead that they just kind of kept at arm's length for the second half. Lead got to as big as 19, but I guarantee you nobody was, with about 5 minutes to go when it got down to 5, there was no OSU fan that was comfortable with that. But Oklahoma State eventually pulled it out and won the game. Matter of fact, UCF pulled it within 5 with 4:37 to go, so there's still plenty of time, and I guarantee you all OSU fans were worried about that. But OSU won 13-13 overall, 5-10 in conference. This isn't exactly where we want Oklahoma State basketball to be. No doubt, though, it is improvement over last year, and that's all you can ask for a head coach of the Cowboys, Steve Lutz. So, hey, how about Arturo Dean? Best night, in my opinion, in a Cowboy uniform. Second in the Big 12 in steals. Okay, he has 52. Actually, he's fourth individually in the Big 12 in steals. 52 steals on the year. That's fourth most. He had 3 against UCF, 16 points. So 16 points, 3 steals, 5 and 9 from the field, 4 assists and 7 rebounds, 1 turnover. So a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, 7 rebounds, 16 points and 3 steals. Wow, what a night for Arturo Dean, and what a night for Bryce Thompson. Bryce Thompson quietly has entered the top 25 in all-time scorers at Oklahoma State. That's a pretty elite list. Nothing but respect for him as far as coming from OkState Daily, no doubt about that. 25 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. 25 points, no turnovers. So Arturo Dean, 4-to-1. Assist to turnover ratio. Bryce Thompson, 3-0 assist to turnover ratio, and three rebounds and a block shot. So not just the scoring, the assist, no turnovers, rebounding, simply fantastic. Abu Usman was good on the offensive end again with 17 points, three steals, and a block shot, 4 rebounds as well for Abu Usman. Probably needs a few more than that. And I tell you what, when he comes on that trail three-pointer from the top of the key, just forget it. It seems like it's going in every time. Matter of fact, he's shooting right at 50% for the season from three-point range. And how about Robert Jennings Jr.? Quietly, very unsung. Robert Jennings Jr. has been really, really good on the offensive end. 9 points, so just 1 point shy of double digits. 5 rebounds, and that's just in 16 minutes. So let's say if you double that into 32 minutes like a starter would get, you're talking about an 18-point night. You're talking about 10 boards. You're talking about a double-double. So if he was a guy who got 30-plus minutes, Robert Jennings has been giving the Cowboys double-double type performances in terms of if you went per minute or by the minute, and he was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. So the way that Jennings is physical, the way that he's going to draw fouls, if he can make all of his free throws, that is absolutely huge. And hey, I was proud of Jamiron Keller. He didn't have a huge game scoring-wise, but he did have 4 steals, 3 assists, another point guard that had no turnovers. So how about Arturo Dean, 4-1? How about Jamiron Keller, 3-0? That's 7 assists right there between Keller and Dean. Just 1 turnover. That's 10 if you count Bryce Thompson. That's 10-1 if you count Bryce Thompson. Chichi Avery had 10 points against his former team. If you're not, hey, I'm not going to lie. When he shot the 3 right there at the end when Oklahoma State had a 5-point lead, it was like, oh, no. And then he made it, and it was like, yes. But that's just who Chichi Avery is. He's got to have just kind of the space to have the ability to have the freedom, I should say, to take shots like that. And not all of them are going to be great. But if you reduce all the bad shots, then you're not going to get the good shots either. So he's kind of that unconscious shooter. So Khalil Brantley, wow, 15 points in 24 minutes, 5 assists, 1 turnover. So now you're talking 12-2 between Arturo Dean, Khalil Brantley, Bryce Thompson, 12 assists, just 2 turnovers. How about a 6-1 assist to turnover ratio between all those guys? And that was those 15 points, second most of the year for Khalil Brantley, and the first most since he scored 16 against Florida Atlantic in November. So in my opinion, this was the best game for both Arturo Dean and Khalil Brantley. So he also wanted to mention Khalil Brantley was 7 for 8 from the free throw line. That's, if I had the biggest complaint about Arturo Dean, it's that he misses too many free throws. So good for Khalil Brantley to go 7 for 8 from the free throw line. So Cowboys back in action this weekend. Hope you follow along. We will have full coverage of it here on OkState Daily. So I'm Casey Porter for OkState Daily. Go Pokes!